and we're just going to call home. I'm going to remove the styles. I'm going to remove all of this. So we could just import home from, now this naming is important, so we have to go inside the folder and then go to home.js. So basically /screens dot / home.js. So we're going to the screens folder and going to home.js, and that's how we call home. And we want to get out of this app so we can actually see what just happened. So it looks exactly the same. That's because it should look the same. But now we have everything in our home.js component, and we can see that by just doing home. And it's a lot easier way to do this, but make it clear. Home, how many apps we're going to build, and that's being called by app.js. Next thing we want to do is abstract the styles. So right now we only have one style container, but this is creating everything a flexbox, doing the background white, and aligning items center and justify content center. So just a quick CSS for flexbox. Display flex is basically flex 1 in React Native and Expo. And then you need that style in order for align items and justify content to work correctly. So what align items does is align items aligns it vertically. So now that it's all aligned to the left, and then horizontally, sorry. And then if you remove justify content, you can see it goes to the top of the page, so that aligns everything vertically, whereas line items is horizontally. So I always get this mixed around. But usually when I create a style, I'm using both of those, so I want everything in the center of the page, especially in the application. So usually I create a style just for those. But we want to move this to its own style sheet. So in the main folder, we're going to create a new file called styles.js. And we're basically just going to copy and paste this styles and put it in the JS folder. What we need for that to work is style sheet. So notice how this is a React Native component. Style sheet right here is creating this style sheet called styles. And so since it is in its own file now, we have to do export default styles. So just like we have to do export default with the component itself, you have to export default with the style sheet as well. And then in order to call that, we can remove style sheet up here since we're not using it. We're going to do import styles from, now we're in the screens folder, so we want to get back out of that folder. So that's ... So if you want to get something in the folder, it's one dot. If you want to back out of that folder, it's ... /. So that means you're navigating out of the folder in our style.js. So styles.js. And now there's our styles that we're calling the same way. So you can see that we're actually calling it. If we remove it, and everything is misaligned and off the screen, if we add it back, now it's our style. So now we can just add everything to this one style sheet and reference it in different parts of our app instead of copying and pasting that same code every single time we create a component. Some code that we do want to copy and paste is this basic component. So every basic component is going to have a few things. So every component, you can basically start with this set of code. Every component is going to need React. Basically, every component you're going to need styles that we just created. And then you could add different components based on the need. So if you have a text in the view, which we do here, text in the view, you can import it. Or if you want to import other things, you keep adding it per component. But almost everything is going to have this. So you have to do export default. So you're just exporting this component out of this app so that when you call it, so that when you call it in a different screen, so if we were to do, say we wanted to use the class, but we didn't do this export default. Well, you get an error because app.js since it's not exporting it, it won't find it. So that's why we have to do an export default, which is exporting that component to be able to use in other places. And so I'm actually going to copy and paste this code, and so that we can have something to start with instead of just a blank sheet every single time. This will be pretty helpful once we start using React navigation, and you could be able to switch between each screen. So right now, we literally just have home screen, all the functionalities there, but there's no way to get to the other pages that we just created. So that's what we're going to do in the next couple of courses, next couple classes, is implement React navigation along with Redux so that we have a global state and we have a way to navigate between each screen, each page, each component, whatever you want to call it, and have that global state available. So I hope you join me for those episodes coming up next. See you.